My name is Nelson Aniba, an engineer at IoT Network Hub. So in IoT Network Hub, we are focused on emerging technologies. So when I say emerging technologies, I mean new technologies like robotics, AI, which is artificial intelligence, IoT, which means Internet of Things, and also game development and 3D printing. So that's what we are mostly focused on. So right here also, I have an IoT project here, which is you can control every appliances in your home everywhere with just your voice control. So we tried merging IoT and AI systems into it. So right here, I have an AI system, which is your appliances like outside light, the bedroom light, the kitchen light, and your water pump, your pumping machine, all connected to this device. So I'm going to have a try of it, then you know how it works. Hey Google, turn on kitchen light. So right here, you can see just with my voice control, you can turn on your kitchen light. Hey Google, turn on bedroom light. So this is your bedroom light, which is a voice control. Hey Google, turn on outside light. So outside light is on. We also have a pumping machine also here. So more or less like it works with your pumping machine that is connected to your poly tank. Here we go. Turn on pump. Here we go. Turn off everything. Good. So with just my voice control, I've been able to turn on and off my home appliances. So this works in such a way that you can control everything wherever you are in the world. For instance, you can be at work and still turn on and off your appliances, maybe when they are left behind unattended to. You can also maybe you've traveled, but you can turn on your lights at homes even though you are not around. So that's what happens. You can even sit at the comfort of your seat or your couch and also turn on and off your appliances at home. So this is what we do at IoT Network Hub, trying to connect everything we know to the internet. Thank you.
We are Dex Technology. In today's exhibition, we came here to showcase our product we have for science practicals. So just as the math set looks like, that's the same way we have the science set. So the science set is in for science practicals. So let me just walk you through the product that we have. So this is the science set 4.1. So actually the science set, we have it from basic 4 to basic 6. And we also have the max science set. I'll walk you through when we get there. So this is basic 4. When you look at this one, it is all designed according to how the curriculum, the Ghanaian curriculum, is being designed. So when you look at the 4.1, we have simple pendulum, separation of mixtures. So it means that all the tools in here are used for science practicals in basic 4. Okay, so we thought of it that, okay, we realize that in schools, they teach science without doing the practicals aspect of it. So the Dex Science Set is designed, the science set, to help students or to help schools implement science practicals in their daily lessons. Okay, so when you pick this 4.1, separation of mixtures, it is in their book. They learn it all the time, but then the practical aspect of it is not being done. So that is where you see a student building this, and this is, if you're a science person, you know what it is. It is called the retorт stand, where you have a funnel, you have your J-glam. It is used in performing the activity called separation of mixtures. So if you teach your kid to how to build this, you are teaching your kid to be an innovative, a scientist. That is what Dex is all about. So yes, let me walk you through the other stuff that we have. We have 4.3. This is basic 4, third term. So in third term, they have what they learn in science, other topics that they learn in science. So we have building the dry cell, elastic and compression forces, simple electrical circuit, and you can see them all in this in this set as I've showcased to you. So we have a student who can build a dry cell with banku that we eat. You see, building a chamber, we have the cathode and the anodes that will help the student build a banku battery that can power an LED bulb and the rest. We have a material here which can help the student build an electrical circuit, and so on. So DEX is all about the practical aspects of what we learn in our daily classrooms. So the science, we are always doing the chew and pour, we are always doing the reading and writing, but as to the practical aspect of it, we are not doing it. That is why science set or DEX technology is in to help. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Mariam. This is my colleague Doreen. We are from the microbiology department in WACBIP, and we are here to talk about antimicrobial resistance. So I'll pass it on to my colleague to continue.
Hi, I'm Doreen, as my friend introduced me. So I'm a research assistant from the microbiology department of WACBIP. So basically, we've heard about resistance, antimicrobial resistance. So we realized that on the market, the antibiotics that are on the market keep reducing because our bacteria are growing resistant. They are gaining resistance against this drugs. So we came here today to educate our students on antimicrobial resistance. So ampicillin, which was a common antibiotic used to treat most bacterial infections, is no more on the market because most of the bacterial samples we have currently gained resistance against ampicillin. Currently, meropenem is currently one of the antibiotics that is used to treat most of our infection, nalidixic acid. So our research focuses mainly on the types of microorganisms and the kind of resistance that they are building against the antibiotics on the market. Thank you.
So please take us through your products.
Great, thank you. So we have the Asanka device. Asanka simply means all subject and knowledge access. And it's a very portable device, low powered, can be powered with a power bank. And you can have up to about 30 to 60 individual devices connected to it at the same time. So it emits a Wi-Fi signal, and you connect to the Wi-Fi signal with your device, and you get access to a whole range of educational content, all the way from the GES content from primary 1 to JHS, also SHS content as well, and they come in a multi-phase format. So we expand the content, say basic 3 science. You go to all the subjects you learn under science. You pick the subject and you pick the subtopics under that particular subject, and then you have the topic expanded into PDF, video, audio, interactive games, and we even have exercises that the students can take on their own without the presence of their teachers or their parents. And it also guides the learning ability of children, because if I am in class 6 and I come home and I have to choose between going to surf the internet to access content that the parent doesn't know anything about, as against getting access to the educational content on the Asanka device, which is comes with free connection without internet access, and also educational content that will support what I went to learn in class. The Asanka becomes a very effective tool for their usage. Yeah.
So this is wonderful. I see this spot there. What are you going to connect it to? A television, a laptop, or what are you going to connect it to?
So Asanka primarily connects to Wi-Fi enabled devices via Wi-Fi connection, and it's an offline device. But we envisage that in the future, maybe there is a change in the content or the curriculum of the country, or the parents or a school wants to add some additional educational content to the device. So this port is created to allow automatic updates of content onto the device. Yeah, so if the device is deployed to maybe Wale Wale, you don't need to bring it all the way to Accra for us to put the content on it. You just connect the device to the internet this way, and then it downloads preloaded educational content that we have put into the cloud onto the device. and also uploads user analytics from the device onto the cloud. So administrators in Accra will be able to view and know how many times the users log onto the device, the subjects they do, and then their performance rates, to even advise the learners or the school as to some of the best practices or ways they can use the device. Yes.
This is really wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you another time. Hello, I'm Sandra. How about you?
I'm Felix.
Felix, nice meeting you. And what do we have here? Tell us a bit about your flyer and what you do.
So we are from Sds Technology. Sds Technology is involved in a lot of child tech services, such as robotics, coding, electronics, a whole lot. But today we are here to talk about our STEM storybooks. So STEM, which is a very, very popular thing in Ghana now, meaning science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We want to break misconceptions about science that is difficult, the misconceptions about math that girls can't do math, break it down in a form of storytelling, which we are doing through our storybooks. We have a pilot storybook here called the Tableau Periodic. It talks about the periodic table, but in a very, very interesting and fun way. We realize that a lot of children are able to retain the things that they learn, that their knowledge, through visuals. So if we have the visuals present, they'll be able to link the knowledge and the visuals. So that's what we aim to do, and that's why we are here today to talk about our STEM storybooks.
So if you are saying children, what age range could you give children who would be able to comprehend what you've written in your books?
Right. So we aim at getting children from as early as those who can identify alphabets to as old as you can get. Even I consider myself a child because someone gave birth to me. And someone kind of takes care of me, even not financially, but through prayers or something. So for everybody, I shouldn't even just limit it to children. For everybody who wants to understand some concept in science, technology, engineering, and maths, can just pick our books, pick a little something from it, and then we'll go a long way. So it's not just for kids, it's just for anybody who can read at all. Right.
So do you think kids need assistance to be able to comprehend it, or it is a self-teaching something?
Okay, so we aim at making it both ways, in a sense that in some cases the kids will need a bit of guidance from maybe their teachers or their parents, because there are some names that maybe they may not be able to pronounce, or there will be some concepts that will be a bit above their head. But once they get to understand the basic principle behind it through the story, they're able to kind of grasp it faster. There are some too, you can just look at the pictures and tell what is happening, right? So that is the aim, and that is what we intend to do.
You think you can take us a bit through it since we are very curious about how their mathematics and English and all?
So the beautiful thing about this book, which was our pilot we did 5 years ago, is that people know about chemistry, they know about elements. For example, oxygen, a very, very common element. I asked a couple of kids what we need oxygen for. They said, if we don't get oxygen, we will die, which is true. But they didn't know that oxygen can interact with hydrogen, and that forms water. Our water is all around us, right? Now, in this book, we took one noble gas, that is argon, and we centered the story around argon. Now, argon is such that since she can't react normally as the other elements do, she wanted to find ways to bond with other elements. And this book explores that adventure, which she goes through, and eventually she gets to be in a reaction, but it's not what she expected. So, if you purchase the book, you probably know how the story ends. But it doesn't end there. There's a whole series, so it's not just argon. There are other characters as well that we are portrayed in this series. And it's not just even limited to chemistry. There are some things such as the fixes that talks about a mother and a child who go around fixing things that are broken in the house. For example, a blender. So you can see some electrical components, how they work in the blender. You put it together, and eventually, maybe you can even put your own blender together. So
that's very interesting. And if we need your books, where can we get them? Where can we find you? Actually, maybe your socials or where you are at the moment.
So, like I said, the name of the company is Sds Technology. You can find us at www.statestech.com. Sds Tech, as in short for technology.com. And we have a QR code that we can show as well. If you scan the code, it takes you to our site where it even talks more about the books that we are trying to bring out. So,
That's very wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Hello, I'm Sandra, and you?
I'm Immaculate.
Okay, so Immaculate, tell us a bit about your artifacts. Okay, first of all, I'm Immaculate Madiba from the Upper East region of Ghana, and I'm a student at the African Science Academy. And we brought with us the Smart Hospital project. So we are students, math and physics students, but we pursue engineering in our universities. And we came together to think of a project which uses engineering concepts to improve healthcare delivery in Ghana and then Africa at large. So our smart hospital consists of a medibot and then e-pharmacy. The purpose of the medibot is to deliver health supplies around the hospital. So medical professionals like the doctors and the nurses have time to take care of the patients rather than going around to look for the supplies. And then the e-pharmacy is to dispense drugs, which Mirabel can tell us more about.
Please come. Okay, so tell us more about your project.
Okay, so good day. My name is Mirabel Lucas. I'm from Nigeria, and as you know, the African Science Academy is a Pan-African school comprised of women who are very dedicated to STEM, and the purpose is to empower women, especially African women in the field of STEM. So our project is the Smart Hospital, and it consists of the medibot and the e-pharmacy, specifically the e-drug dispenser. And the purpose for this is to reduce the workload for healthcare officials. And the e-drug dispenser distributes and dispensates drugs to healthcare workers, medical professionals, as well as patients. And we hope to also apply it in the home setting. That way, patients that maybe have a chronic illness that can't be able to attend or go to the hospital as frequently as they would like, they could have this in their homes as well.
Okay, so this is wonderful. What does the laptop there do? Is it some kind of programming or anything?
Yes, the laptop contains the programming as well as the information stored for the patient. So we used, specifically for the e-drug dispenser, we used Arduino libraries as well as C++ coding, and it helps the entire machine to function. Everything that has to do with how the machine is going to work is all stored into that laptop.
Okay, so do you see this as something that could be visualized, something that could be made on a physical ground?
Yes, I believe so, because in ASA we are taught to apply practical solutions and to create practical solutions to worldwide problems. So when we created this smart hospital, we did it in mind that people can be able to apply it in future. The entire purpose again is to reduce workload on medical professionals. So we obviously hope to use this in later future, and we see this as very applicable because I believe that technology has reached a stage where this is not an issue.
So if I got you right, there's C++ coding to this thing. So you mean your coding is to make this thing work, or is it supposed to heal something or take away some kind of disease or something? How is that supposed to help in your project?
Okay, so we understand that when it comes to the hospital, we know that the hospital workers, they are understaffed and they are overworked. So instead of us having a nurse or a doctor or a pharmacist running or trying to get medication for a patient, it reduces the inefficiency that could happen with it, and it makes the process way much more quicker and way much more easier. So instead of you going and waiting for Lord knows how long, let's say an hour or so to be able to get your medication, you just go get your passcode, put it in, and it's done for you. Plus it's really encrypted, so the possibility of overdose or underdose or making mistakes with the medication is reduced to minimal because a machine is doing it instead of a person.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We enjoyed your project and we hope to see it actualize in some few years time. So welcome to the Science Digest show, and I'm Sandra, and you?
Divine.
And yourself?
Zakia.
Okay, so tell us about your industry and what you are projecting today.
Okay, thank you. So our project here, we have seen that in Africa and mostly in Ghana, we have seen that there is a problem of plastics and electronic waste. And while we cannot say that we should immediately remove the use of plastics, we have decided to use that in order to use that as an opportunity to produce electricity. So our project here is about taking the plastics and electronic waste in order to generate electricity. I can hand on to the Skia to continue.
So with our project, we've built a robot called the Eco Power Bot. Eco standing for eco-friendly, power for energy, and bot for robots. And with the Eco Power Bot, we have 4 main systems. and each system has a specific role to play. So the first system is the robotic arm or gripper, which we've built using EV3 blocks and coded it as well. So we've coded it to pick and sort the plastic and e-waste into the next system where pyrolysis would occur. So pyrolysis is like the decomposition of waste materials in the absence of oxygen at very high temperatures. So we plan to decompose these waste materials to give us three main byproducts, which is gas, fuel, and carb, which is like a solid carbon compound. And our main focus lies on the gas. However, the two other byproducts are just as important as well. Fuel can be used to run our machines, and the car is also good for agricultural purposes, so it can be used for farming and other activities. With the gas, we plan to take it into a turbine which has a fan blade and a motor, and we would want to use the principle of energy conservation to convert the gas into energy. The first law of thermodynamics, which states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another. So the gas, because of its high pressure, once it gets into the turbine, makes the fan blade to rotate. So mechanical energy is generated. The motor then turns this mechanical energy into electricity, which we then use to power our homes. So that is how our project works to generate electricity.
Okay, so that's wonderful. What kind of waste do you intend on using? Do you want to use papers, rubbers, or what kind of fossils do you refer to that you want to regenerate?
We would like to use plastic waste and also e-waste as well. E-waste like our old computers, laptops, and calculators. So plastic like bottles, rubbers, papers are all feasible.
Oh, okay, so you talked about coding. So what does the coding have to do with the fossils?
The coding part has to do with the gripper. We've given it some instructions to like sort the waste out. We do not want to mix the plastic and the e-waste together. We would like to use them separately. So we've coded the gripper such that it would pick plastic waste separately and then e-waste separately.
Oh, okay, could you take us through this little process where it starts from where it's going and the end product, what you are supposed to look out for?
So this is the entire community. We like to call it ASA community because we are from ASA. So we have the houses and then the library, and then the entire setup there is the eco power boards. So to my left over there is the robotic arm or gripper, and the gripper is down there. So unfortunately, the trash is over there, but it's actually supposed to pick the trash there into the funnel there. This is like a prototype of what we actually intend to do, because pyrolysis requires and generates a high amount of heat, and we are not able to do that here. So into the funnel, it is shredded into smaller pieces. The waste is shredded into smaller pieces, and then it moves into the chamber. That is where pyrolysis would occur, and then the gas is transferred from the tube into the turbine there, where energy is then generated. And then once energy is generated, we use it to power up our homes. As at the moment it's inconvenient for us to produce electricity that way. We like to use the DC power supply as our storage system for the power to show what it would actually look like when electricity is produced.
Oh, okay, so what are we supposed to look out for? What are the end products of your project?
We have fans in the library that would work, and then lights in the houses that would light up. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to add up?
For the end product, as the issue said, we are aiming to produce electricity. So like the end product is to provide the electricity to the houses in the community, and also without forgetting the other two products that we talked about there, because it's not only about gas. There's also the fuel that is found that can be used for the fuel of the cars, and there's also for the like the other product. Okay, yeah, that's all.
Okay, sure. So thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed your project, seeing all these knowledge build up and young girls who are into STEM. So we'll see you all. Thank you so much for your time. Bye. Come to the Science Digest show. I'm Sandra, and how about you?
I'm Caleb Sim.
Elefson, nice name. Please, what do you do? Tell us a bit about your setup.
Oh, okay. We are Letty Arts. We are a gaming studio in Ghana and in Africa. So we delve into African folklore, which has been converted into game. We've gamified a lot of characters. We have comic books. But right now here we are displaying our games that we've produced. So we have the Africa's Legend, the Swift, and Puzzle Scout, and the VR session for Africa's Legend as well. So the kids over here are trying it out, and they're having fun with it. And our games are play to learn games. So while they're having fun, they are learning from the games that they are playing. And it's all fun at the end of everything.
Okay, so what is the concept behind it? What impact do you want to make by coming here to exhibit your talent or your setup?
All right, we want the students to understand that everything is possible. We have a gaming studio in Ghana. There are gaming studios across Africa. All we know is about the foreign games that we've been seeing and we've been playing. In fact, the kids were marveled that these games were developed here in Ghana. And that's what we are trying to let them know. And some are showing interest. I want to become a game designer. I want to become a software engineer, coding and all those kind of things. And for real, I'm very happy and touched by their reaction from the games. And that's why we are advocating over here, for them to know that everything is possible. So we are putting Africa on the map. And don't forget Ghana as well.
Okay, so in case I want to become a game designer, what course would enable me to take up this idea or to take up this step to also do what you are doing?
Okay, for real, I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm into esports. I'm with a gaming studio. So you should know that there are lots of varieties surrounding gaming studios. You want to have a game design, you have to do computer science, a touch of it. But surprisingly, we have internship programs and fellowships that we do at Letty Arts, and that allows people who have their passion to come in and learn from our expertise. So they learn from other people that are already there. We train them. We have STEM education programs that are going on. They can sign up on our website, lettyart.com. Everything is there, and build up their interest. Then we go for it.
So that's very interesting. So let us know your socials, where we can find you or anything.
Socials everywhere. Everywhere.
Streets.
Letty Art, at Letty Art. You can just see the name over here, at Letty Art. On X, on LinkedIn, all the social platforms, just Letty Art.
Okay, so for quick replies, where?
Quick replies everywhere. We have people active over there, typing in day in, day out. So just follow us, send us a message and reply.
Okay.
We'll get it done for you. Yeah.
I want to know a bit more about your internship. Could you make the public aware of how we can enroll into your internship or what requirements you look out?
Yeah. First, I said passion. Have an interest in the gaming, that you want to design something. People are there, they just design the interface of the game. We have those that code the game. We have those that do the pitch decks. We have those that do the illustrations. We have those that do the advocacy, the edtech part, like what I'm doing here. I'm a community manager for Letty Art. So we have everyone. So there is a portion for everybody to fill in. If we need graphic designers, they are there at Letty Art. If you want to learn illustration drawings, you come over there, we'll take you on board. So we've streamlined everything to train people. We want to train the kids as well, the intermediate level, and then the professionals.
I'm asking where can we? No, like, should we text you that, please, I want to do an internship and there we are enrolled or what?
I get you. As I said, if you want to find us, we are everywhere at Letty Art. You can go to our website, lettyart.com. We have a session over there. You can just fill in everything. Then you send us an email. Our emails are there. Our telephone numbers are there. You can reach us out. Yeah, we are everywhere.
It's wonderful knowing you and your artifact. Thank you so much for your time.
My name is Jesli Chira. I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens. So we are here to partner with, to participate in the Science Festival 2024 with the goal of trying to sell innovation and research to the younger generations who are upcoming and who will be taking over who will be pioneering innovation in science and research in the country in coming years. So we've been here for the past 2 days, and it was remarkable to find a lot of students who were very enthusiastic about science and studying and interacting with some of key projects that were displayed here or that were on exhibition here. It was interesting to find robotics and other games and 3D printing, and which highlight how engineering is evolving over the past few decades. And it was very nice to find these young students going around and interacting with scientists, especially from WAGBIP. We had a lot of students coming in here to observe images of microorganisms under a microscope, and also participating in the free screening test for malaria and hepatitis B. We feel privileged to be sharing with them our knowledge, and we hope that the interactions here would motivate them and show them what science is, what actual science is on. The actual science that is being conducted here in Ghana, especially research into infectious diseases, malaria, bacterial infections, fungal infections, and other things that is currently being pioneered by WAGBIP. So we hope that through the interaction they'll be able to learn a lot about microorganisms, and they'll be inspired to become scientists, and they'll actually come to WAGBIP to study to solve African challenges and problems. So the program has been, I think, a good one because it provides a platform for both scientists and students to interact and to be able to share knowledge and ideas about the future of science in Africa, which is important for solving our health problems here in Ghana and Africa.
Hello, my name is Sandra, and this is the Science Digest show. What's your name, please?
Hello, I'm Dr. Angela Teburi. I'm the founder of FEM Afrique Maths. FEM is for African and Math is for mathematicians.
Oh, okay. That's really nice. How long have you been in existence?
Oh, 5 years ago. I started this during my PhD. As a PhD student, I was a PhD student in mathematics. I looked around me and I didn't see any females around me, and I also didn't see any black females around me. So I started this whole initiative to highlight the diversity in careers when you study mathematics. Growing up, we think of maths as a very boring subject. That's when you study mathematics, you can only become a teacher. But throughout my PhD, I realized that when you study math, you could work anywhere you wanted to, whether in finance, in health, anywhere, security, anywhere. So I decided that anytime I met females who had studied mathematics and had gone on to different careers, I was going to interview them. And using social media, I was going to share their stories so that a young person, wherever they are across the world, will see them and aspire to pursue careers in maths. So that was our main mission, to highlight the diversity in careers when you study mathematics. But our vision is that we want to see young people being confident to pursue careers in mathematics. So activities like this science fair is meant to engage young people in hands-on math activities so that they realize that, okay, the math that I'm learning can be applied in any career that I choose to pursue later on in life.
Okay, that's wonderful. Where do you see your project in the next 5 years?
Oh, the next 5 years, I want to scale across Africa, right? Yes, with social media, we are already reaching a lot of African cities. When we look at the cities with our top 10 audience, when we rank the cities, we have 7 African cities there, but we also want to go to them with these hands-on activities. So all our activities have been documented in activity sheets, which can be made available either on social media or to partner organizations to practice similar activities either in school or at some science effects here. So in 5 to 10 years time, I want us to scale across Africa so that any young person will see maths as being very fun and engaging and as something which is fundamental in diverse careers.
Oh, okay. So aside being in places like this, where else do you go to motivate the girls? Do you have like a group, or do you have somewhere you go to, or do you go to schools, like different schools to talk to them? How do you go about your work?
Definitely. So our main focus is social media, but we also do in-person projects. So for instance, we adopted a junior high school for the maths projects. The goal was that they had students who were very weak in mathematics, and they wanted us to provide one-on-one tuition to them so that these students could bridge that gap and they could either go on to senior high school or pursue whatever they want to do. So we did that in November 2019. We started with this, and we could see the results and the fact that these students were slow learners. So when we gave them one-on-one tutors, it meant that they had the time and the patience to go through the math concepts with them, and we could hear testimonials from them where parents were telling us that through our intervention, the students were able to pass their BC and go on to senior high school. So we have specialized projects we do for students, but we also are now starting to do career programs in high schools where young people in high school will see that, oh, okay, you can be a doctor, but in mathematics, right, like I am, or you could also study maths and you can end up in AI, which is now the big thing, or any other area where mathematics can be applied.
Oh, okay, so what kind of people do you look to? What kind of people are you looking forward to help?
Yeah, so we have so for instance, our maths queens here. If you come here and you meet a young woman helping you to understand maths, it makes you believe that maths is not just for one gender, but math is for everyone, right? So our main people that we are using for our campaign are maths queens, the females who have studied mathematics, but our audience is very general. So for instance, at this science fair, we have students from different ages coming. So we have activities at different levels of difficulty so that any young person or any adult who comes in will have some engaging activity. So we have these general events we do, but we also have specialized interventions, like I mentioned, where people come with specific issues. Okay, I want you to help me with, let's say, third year mathematics for my students. Then we intervene in such.
Okay, so if someone wants to get in contact with you, tell us your socials or how we can contact you in the future.
Okay, thank you. So we are Femme Afrique Maths on all social media channels. So just Femme, just think of female, Afrique, just think of African, and Maths mathematician. So we are on Instagram, we are on X, we are on Facebook. We are everywhere. So on YouTube too, we are there. So you can find us as Femme Afrique Maths or hashtag Maths Queens. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you soon. Bye. So I'm Sandra from Science Digest Show, and you?
I'm Lalit Jesse. I'm from Jemison Carver STEM International School. I am the founder.
Oh, okay, nice meeting you. Please, could you tell us a bit about your organization or your school?
Yes. So my school is a STEM school. We recently started it about 9 months ago. It is for preschool ages 3 and 4 all the way through 5th grade. We do offer the American curriculum, and we do, of course, STEM by using the engineering design process that is through NASA.
Oh, okay. So, what do you seek to impact? Are you there for only the local people, or your school is open to everyone, the general public?
It is a private school. However, we do offer scholarships to students who may not be able to afford to come on their own. So we do offer this education to all. And I'm hoping that it could reach the broader public through sponsorship. And for families who want to come and do private pay, that's quite fine with us as well.
Okay, so do you do the Ghanaian curriculum in school, or what kind of topics, or what curriculum do you use in your school?
I'm originally from the United States, so the curriculum that we teach is the Common Core, and that is the United States-based curriculum statewide.
Oh, okay, so from grade, you said it ends in what grade?
So we start from preschool, early years, so that's 3 years, 4 years old, and all the way up to 5th grade.
So after 5th grade, what do the students do? Do they move to a different school?
As of now, again, we are just 9 months old. I'm hoping within the next year or so we grow enough so we can add on middle school. As of now, I don't have a feeder school that my kids are going into, but I will be on the lookout for schools that will be a good fit for them after coming to Jemison Carver STEM International School. But again, I'm hoping that we can grow.
and I can offer them middle school and high school.
So what impact do you seek to make in Ghana here?
I want to make the impact of quality education is attainable for all children. I want to be able to lessen the gap of the disparity of who can get a really good education and who can't. That gap is, far too wide here. So my goal is to lessen the gap and provide quality education, hands-on experiences, and reach every student.
Have you had any challenges since you came to Ghana concerning your school? Any?
I don't think my challenges is probably significant than anyone else's. But what I can say, it's new for me to run a school. Teaching is something I can do with my eyes closed. And, the business part of it, I'm still learning, but, it's worth going through all of those different hurdles you have to as a new business owner. But I'm loving it every step of the way.
So I'm Sandra, and this is the Science Digest show, and you are?
Kameli Ajao from Ghana Think Foundation.
Okay, could you please tell us about what you do?
Okay, so I'm a member of Ghana Think Foundation. It's an organization which is a social enterprise. It's focused on mobilizing talents and young people for the primary benefit of Ghana. So we have a range of programs that we execute. We have Bar Camp, Junior Camp, Ghana Volunteer Program, Comseco Diaspora Camp, and it's all geared towards networking, mentoring, volunteering, and training. So basically building the capacity of young people in Ghana to contribute positively and meaningfully to society.
Okay, so what is your target audience?
So our target audience ranges from high school students for our junior camp program to tertiary students and young professionals, mainly for the Bar Camp Ghana program, and anybody else who's interested in the Ghana Volunteer Program and the Comseco program.
Okay, so if I get you right, do you go to these schools to sort out students, or how do you send what you do to the general public?
We go to schools, we go to universities, we go to communities, we go online and engage people wherever we can find them.
Okay, so what impact do you seek to make in Ghana here right now?
So the impact really is to cause change. We talk a lot about sustainable development, but I feel that to make sustainable development, we really need to develop people. So human capacity is a core part of that. So once people get better, they will do better things and the society gets better.
So are you given employable skills, or what exactly do you do when you go there?
So it all depends. So for example, if you take the junior camp program, we focus on mentoring and career guidance for the young people. When we go to bar camps, it's mainly a networking platform. They have access to mentors during the bar camp, so they get exposed to a whole range of things they can try after. They also learn a lot from our exchange sessions, which we call breakout sessions during the bar camps again. And then also from the networks that they make, they can follow up with people to assess opportunities for themselves. If you go through the Ghana Volunteer Program, for example, you get an opportunity to build new skills and also test your skills and use them for positive social impact. And the experience you gain from volunteering also positions you to, be more employable.
Oh, okay. So where can we find your services?
So, Ghana Think Foundation, we are very active online, social media. So you go on X, just go to @GhanaThink, and you can find our handle and then follow our activities. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But are you a physical organization, or you?
We are youth oriented. We are online, and we are physical in the sense that you can find us at our events, etc. But we don't have a big, massive physical office at the moment.
Oh, okay. So, do you? How can we access you aside internet? What if I want you to come to my program? How can I access you?
Yeah. So, as I said, we are on X, so you can message our accounts on X. We also have various groups which are location based. We call them connect groups in the various cities. So you can add you on WhatsApp, for example, and then you can join these groups.
Okay, thank you.
You can always contact our email address, as you can see here, info@ghanathink.org.
So you're on all socials?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Okay, so please, what brings you to the science fairs?
So we are from an organization called Ghana Think Foundation. We are a social enterprise focused on young people and mobilizing talent for the primary benefit of Ghana. Currently, we are undertaking a campaign called the Clean Air Ghana campaign. The goal of the campaign is to raise awareness about air pollution and build a youth movement to advocate for changes so that we can have clean air and safe environments for all. So in today's Cyphers, we are manning a stand where we are sharing information about air pollution to people and why they should be conscious of it and what they can do to contribute to change. So we have here Bright. He's one of our air quality community leaders. He's been working on the campaign, so he can explain what he's been doing here at the Cyphers today.
All right, thank you very much. So, as Gamaliel has indicated earlier, we are here today to have more engagements with the young people that are here, or everyone that is interested in issues surrounding clean air or air pollution. So basically, I had a question today. Someone asked me, so there is something that relating to science festival, science and technology, clean air. What's the correlation? And I was telling the person that, you know what, someone came here talking about being in the production of drones, came and said, you know what, this is brilliant. How can the technology space help out in achieving or creating clean air around us? So it is very, very important, and they correlate together. Basically, we want to talk to people. We want to be able to make sure we can reach out to people to have behavioral changes. So you may be a passive smoker and it is affecting your health. It will interest you to know the number of people who die out of pollution, air pollution, and its related diseases. Over 28,000 in a year. That is more than the number of people who die out of malaria or accident, or what's the name, or HIV/AIDS. But we do not talk a lot about it. But the reality is that is what is happening. So today we want to let everyone know, everyone that is interested. In fact, not just being interested, we want to make everyone that is here an ambassador. So you should be an ambassador. When you go home, you see the charcoal, know the processes that the charcoal goes through to become a charcoal for you. Know that definitely there is a tree that is involved, that has given up for you to have your charcoal. Think of better and alternative ways of cooking. Know that when you are burning rubbish, it is affecting you, it is affecting your community. Know that when you plant a tree today, you are saving yourself, you are saving your environment. Know that when you practice good, clean air practices, the rubber we buy, the plastics we use around, what do they end up at? We will not answer it. So if you practice this, some of these behavioral changes will lead us to achieve clean air. So basically, that's what we're here to do.
So if I get you right, you're here to educate people. Is that what you're saying?
It's an advocacy we are doing. So we want you, when you go home today, be aware of this. Know that air pollution and its related diseases has caused over 28,000 deaths in a year. Know that when people are polluting the air environment, let them. And the important thing is that yes, let's talk about policy. There are cars that we have road-worthy certificates, but they are not road-ready. But simple and short is that we said be part of the solution, not pollution. So don't police the environment, don't police the air. Be a solution to it. So be an ambassador. You go home today, be an ambassador.
I am an ambassador. Thank you so much for your time.
This week we are at the WAGBIP Research Conference. Very exciting time when we are celebrating 10 years of WAGBIP's capacity building here in Ghana and really across Africa. Celebrating the students and the scientists who work here, who are tackling some of the toughest problems facing Ghana and indeed our continent when it comes to health. So a very exciting time. Really looking forward to the next 10 years of WAGBIP and hoping that we will continue to lead in developing solutions for the health of people in Ghana, in Africa, and indeed across the world.
My name is Blessed Nsetuketum. I'm originally Nigerian, but I've worked in the Medical Research Council, the Gambia, since 2017. And over the years, they had met with a lot of fellows that came through from WAGBIP, the postdoc, the MPhil students, and visiting scientists. And over that period, I became aware of WAGBIP, the great research, the brilliant ideas and projects that are being done here. And I was intrigued. I wanted to be part of this organization someday. And when the opportunity came for me to apply for PhD sponsorship, which brought me to WABIB, because I'm currently a PhD fellow in my first year, I put in my application. And my experience, my work experience at MRC the Gambia over the years qualified me to be selected as one of the awardees of the WABIB Deltas 2 PhD, which is sponsoring my PhD. And I want to say that I've not regretted being here. The training program here is intensive, rigorous, and educating. And I'm so happy. I want to really appreciate the effort that Professor Awandari had put on to establish this institution. And it has really impacted the life of many young Africans, scientists who are inspiring to become like Professor Awandari and other top African research scientists. And I find myself really privileged to be here. Today, this week, WABIB is celebrating our 10th anniversary. And I want to say I'm really lucky to be here.
My name is Dr. Collins Muranga. I'm a postdoc fellow at WABIB. I am a Kenyan, and really I came to WABIB about 7 years ago as a PhD student, and I went through the WABIB system and I graduated with my PhD, and now I'm a postdoc. And really I want to say one critical thing is that WABIB provides opportunities for its graduates to have something to do after you finish your graduate degree. And that's one thing that is very positive about WABIB, because they have an ecosystem that is intended to support its trainees to transition between each phases of the graduate academics. So, and over the 10 years, I think what has really happened here at WABIB is that there has been an expansion into the research capacity, the training capacity, and as well as transitioning into a world-class institution that conducts high-class research and is very competitive even across the whole continent and even beyond. And the graduate students from this place, they are able to produce research publications that are competitive in international journals. They are able to produce research data that can be published in any international journals. And for any scientific career, really, the backstops at getting publications, patents, getting finding solutions to healthcare challenges. And WABIB has demonstrated the capacity to train young people, from graduate students to postdoc fellows, to be able to produce this high quality research. And I would like to say that over the 10 years, there's been a lot of transformation in terms of how things are done. And we are very excited that as WABIB celebrates its 10 years anniversary, the tremendous growth is only going to get better. The center is going to get bigger and better and even greater. Thank you.
Welcome to Excelsior Global Limited. My name is Daniel, Procurement Officer for Excelsior, and she is
Anekia Sofwati. I'm actually the sales rep here. So Excelsior Global Limited is a procurement company that deals with the supply of various laboratory equipment, reagents, chemicals, and all kinds of consumables. And these are actually some of the stuff that we supply. Our partner is SRL. It's a Cisco Research Laboratory. And one reason why you should pick Excelsior is because our prices are very competitive and affordable. And also our delivery time, when you order from us, it's actually very quick because we ship from air. Yeah. So I recommend Excelsior to everyone. We just don't deal with reagents and chemicals. We deal with equipment also. So you can see here, this is the weighing balance. You have these pipette tips and all that you have here. Yeah, urine containers also. So this is our flyer, Excelsior. This is our card. You could always contact us. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Eva from Mess Equipment Limited. So I'm the head of sales and marketing for Mess Equipment Limited. So we are into laboratory chemicals, reagents, and we do from HPLC to the water bath to centrifuges. We come as low as the pipettes, the micro pipettes, the glass bottles that we have, the beakers, the conical flask measuring cylinders. So we have our partners here. We have Caramel, we have Thermo Fisher Scientific, Agilent Technologies, we have Anton Par, Chemira. So we work with these brands, and then we make sure that all your needs are met from any other laboratory, from the chemical to industrial to educational labs. We cover all these items. So we are located at Achimota, New Plant Center. So you can always pass by. We have our warehouse in there. You can do a walk-in to come and see the items we have. And wherever you are, we can also come to you, and then we'll be able to deliver all your goods.
Good afternoon. My name is Stanley Madujemo. I work for Thermo Fisher Scientific. Currently, I'm the regional sales manager for West Africa. Thermo Fisher Scientific is a global leader in science, and we have a mission of helping our customers to make the world healthier, cleaner, and safer. And we're here in Ghana today to support WACBIP in this 10th anniversary, and we're able to do that by collaborating with our local distributors, one of which is MES Equipments, who I'm currently standing here. So basically, we support all the workflow processes when it comes to laboratory workflows for the customers and also for academia, such as WACBIP. So basically, Thermo Fisher, we are divided into several divisions. One of the divisions is what we represent here, which is the Fisher Scientific, and that serves as the e-commerce channel where a customer can have access to over 2 million products across the globe. And hopefully we'll be able to see the development of science in Ghana and also in the region, as well as in the entire continent of Africa. Thank you.